What's the worst that could happen? Now, I was listening to an audiobook or a podcast, and the great Russell Brunson was talking about this topic. And I don't know if it was a friend of his or maybe a business colleague or whatever, but this particular person was going through a rough time and they just didn't know what to do. So they rang Russell for help. Russell went round to this particular person's house and the two of them sat down and Russell asked him that question. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen maybe if you don't raise that money or whatever this particular person was going through? Say, for example, maybe their business is going to close down. So Russell got them to build up in their head, what's the worst that could happen if your business failed? There could be maybe the public embarrassment of maybe giving back your cars. There could be maybe the public embarrassment of ever being known that your business failed. There could be maybe some public embarrassment of you having to go out there in the job market and get another job, or all the different things. And what he did was he simply pre-prepared that person for what could happen. Now, in the majority of cases, we probably build greater scenarios in our head of all the worst things that can happen that never actually happen. And what he did was he got this person to just dwell on those things. See how they could go through each problem and come out the other side. And then, I don't know what happened next. Maybe that business took off or whatever. But this person was mentally prepared for all the different things that could go wrong. And if they did go wrong, they'd already come up with a solution to that problem. And that's what I'd say to you today is whatever you're about to do right now, what's the worst that can happen? Say, for example, maybe you're going to make a video. What's the worst that can happen if you make a video today and no one watches it? What's the worst that can happen if maybe someone leaves a smart arse comment underneath your video? When you think about those things, then it pre-prepares you. It builds you up to be ready for those scenarios. That maybe you could make a video today and it flops. So what? You can move on and do another one. You might maybe make a video today and you might get a comment under it. So what? You can move on to the next video. So that's what I say to you today is that, building yourself up to imagine what the worst case scenario could be is going to allow you to be mentally ready and to see those things as what they are, that they're not endpoints, that you can get past this problem. Yes, you might be going down maybe a different route that doesn't suit you. You might have to maybe close up your online business or maybe go on to a different platform or whatever. But at least you know that you can turn off, that those options are open for you if those things do happen. So bear that in mind today. Whatever you're going through right now, think about that for a moment. What's the worst that can happen? And you will find that in the majority of cases, those worst things never happen. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.